That's a different thing of reading about Neo-Advaita and saying, you know, I don't exist, I never existed, there's no self, and trying to convince yourself of it like it's an affirmation, and actually having a direct experience of those shifts in consciousness and mind stilling, and being no past and no future. Whole different thing. I had somebody on YouTube the other day that was, you know, trying to say, well, there's no self, and, you know, I was explaining, look, you can have a picture of an apple, and it's not going to do you very good. The taste, well, I know the taste of an apple. Well, yeah, you know, that's the problem. You know the taste of an apple. But if you've never tasted an apple, you got a picture of it, it's useless. It's not going to give you that experience. And just being able to say the words of Neo-Advaita, that there's no self, is not the experience of it. Words are not the experience of it. The fantasy of it is not the experience of it. The ideas about it that you concocted and read about is not the actualization of it. It's between night and day. Night has no cognition of day, okay? It's not until the light dawns that finally it's like, oh, it's never what one imagined that it's going to be. So yeah, we really do try to.
Does that answer your question?
We do.
But you do support people who would decide that they want to come on the path.
It's a mutual thing. They're testing Guru when they come in, and I get that a lot. I'm testing you to see if you are genuine, and I want to be here. And I go, well, honey, I'm testing you too to see if I will accept you. You know, so it's a two-way.
Well, that's
It's a two-way street. Yeah,
There you are.
yeah, it's a two-way street. It has to be a fit for both. You know, because when a guru takes a student on, they take a student on for lifetimes if need be. You know, it's a serious commitment. It's not like, you know, I'm going down and teaching a local class. You come, you pay your money, you get what you can, and you leave, and that's it. And then I have no responsibilities to you. But when a guru takes on that responsibility, they're serious about your care. And they care for you, and they want to see you progress. You know, this is not a huge organization where you have a guru that's a figurehead. And you go and you listen to a satsang talk and you go away and do whatever you're going to do. No, here we watch and see what's going on, what's taking place. And if something needs to be addressed, it's addressed rapidly. Whereas if you're in a big organization, there's nobody going to address it. You can just go off with all kind of fantasies and ideas about things. And this is a difficulty too. When you're working with people and you're giving satsang and you have 6 people there, 6 people will hear 6 different things according to their past experience, according to their belief systems, according to all this other. So as a guru, you have to get to know that person and sit down with them on occasion and find out what they're hearing. Because many times you find out what they think they're hearing bears no resemblance to what you're saying and trying to get across. They've concocted it into something that you're going, what? How did you get that out of this? And then you have to sit there and try to backtrack them and bring them up to speed to really understand what the point is and what you're trying to get across. So that's why on traditional paths it was not about gurus being world gurus and having crowds and thousands of people. Traditionally, gurus would take on a sadhaka one-to-one, and they would work with them one-to-one, because you have to get to know them, how they think, how they process things, what they're hearing, what are their experiences, where they're getting stuck at. So you can then turn around and pull that carpet out from under them if they're getting stuck somewhere. That's a traditional guru-chela relationship. Definitely not as much fun as having a figurehead guru. Much more challenging. On both ends. It's easy to do a satsang circuit and go up on stage and talk, and then you're done with it. Not as easy to day by day care about the sadhakas and really invest the time into looking and seeing what's going on with them and where they're at and where they can be aided.
And to have the compassion to say this isn't the right path for you. Not, the big world gurus don't do that. Everyone comes along and it's who knows what they're up to and what's going on, but to have the compassion to say no, go look for a different path, that's true compassion. Keeping it small or whatever it ends up being, but just to keep that quality and purity is really,
Yeah, people think that we have something against them if we say this is not the path for you. That's not it at all. We want to see them progress. And simply, there is no guru that's right for every person. There is no one path that's right for every person. So if you're staying stuck and floundering, then it's better to go get something that you can connect with. Once again, if you're trying to grasp at something, and this is a path of pulling away, so there's no foundation, and you need some foundation because you're just so floundering in your life, then this is the worst place you can be. Better you get something where you feel like you have some foundation in place and there's a little bit of not that neediness in place, that you can lay things down at that point and are ready to surrender. So yeah, if we see that you're flailing like you're in quicksand and you're struggling and just continuing to get sucked under, but not in a good way, then we'll say, here's a plank. You need something that's more, objective, that's something that you can grasp to. Here's a plank. Now please, with our blessings, find something that's more beneficial, would be more beneficial to you. Whether it's a New Age path and affirmations, or more Buddhist where you can breathe in, the suffering, and breathe out compassion, that gives you something more you can hold to feel like you're doing something, then you need that at that point. Then it's fine, then do that.
And we all start there. That's a stepping stone for all of us. So the timing is what matters when the conditions are ripe. I mean, just like, not everything is a bud yet. It's not ready to bloom yet. And there's nothing to be done. That's fine. So you just start where you're at, not to feel bad about it. We've all been there where we've needed more of something to say, I'm doing this, and within duality, and or I'm developing compassion and love, and I'm going to save, help everybody and love. All of us have been through that. And there's nothing, it's just...
Yeah, this is not a judgment on it. Yeah, it's not a judgment on it. I mean, I've been through the New Age thing and had crystals, and you have your crystal and you gotta, I'm gonna find out the wisdom in this crystal and your projection, and I need to get the energy from it. It's a point of reference. And eventually you find out it's never been there, but it's a point of reference to bring it out. And then you go beyond that.
You need to spend that energy, use it up. Once that's over, naturally the next thing comes forward. So it's not,